Today we're going to be taking a look at the first Speed Duel product that ever released in the United States, and that is basically the Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter deck, and this is actually a combination of 3 starter decks, kind of 3 mini starter decks, and this is the starter deck Destiny Masters. So this has Yugi, Pegasus, and Shizu in it, and then when this released, there was also the Kaiba theme deck. So this had Kaiba, this had My Valentine, and it had Joey Wheeler in it. And that was labeled Duelists of Tomorrow. So both these came out at the same time in 2019, which was the introduction of Speed Duels in the TCG. And today we're going to be opening up Destiny Masters. So we're going to be taking a look at these 3 decks. What they contain, we're going to be going through all the cards. And this is part of my complete Speed Duel set. And in a future video, we will be opening up Duelists of Tomorrow and taking a look at that. I'm going to set that one to the side for now. And we're going to take a look at the back of these. Now, when these came out, I believe they were around $20 or so. And you could pick these up for the longest time. You could pick these up at Walmart for like $8. They have them with like the other structure decks. Now these go for quite a bit more. These are anywhere in the $50 to $100 range per box. But again, you do get 3 decks with that. So if we take a look at the back, you can see you are going to get the Dark Magician deck for Yugi. And then you're going to get a Relinquish deck for Pegasus. And then for Ishizu, you're going to get a Gravekeeper's Oracle deck. So, a really nice array in here. And when I first got back into it, I loved this set because you get Dark Magician and you get Relinquished, kind of in those mini decks. And we take a look at the bottom here. You can see there's 3 decks, 60 common cards, 3 ultra rare variants. So each deck is going to have an ultra rare variant, and 9 skill cards, and obviously the playmat as well. So we're going to go ahead and get this opened up and take a look at the cards. And these I opened from the bottom, just a little bit easier. You can kind of see what we're dealing with here. So take that out. We do have a playmat here. And we have this little pack here. This actually has the ultra rares in it. They do come kind of bundled in that. And then you kind of get like these 3 little mini boxes. And each of these have the decks in them. So before we jump into the decks, we do want to take a look at our ultra rare variants here. We can kind of see a Shard of Greed there. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. And you can see these are curved a bit. But we do have a Shard of Greed. We've got the Golden Apples. And we have a Mimicat. Very nice selection there. You can go ahead and grab some sleeves. And we are going to go ahead and top load these. And these will be going in my binder. I do know they're about a little bit. But that is prone to happen with age with Yu-Gi-Oh! Foil cards, especially. But we'll go ahead and top load each of these. And zoom out a little bit here. So that is going to be the Mimicat. Go ahead and set that up here. And then we do also have the Golden Apples. And we'll go ahead and sleeve that one up. And you can kind of see how those are bowed there. But should be okay. I will be putting these in a binder. These will actually all be going in a top loader binder. We'll go ahead and set that there. And our last one is Shard of Greed. Let's go ahead and get this one loaded. Now, all the commons, they won't have any bending or anything to them, at least they shouldn't, because they don't have that foil inside that is prone to that little bit of warping there. So, we're going to start off with the Yugi deck, and this is going to be one of the more iconic ones. And you can kind of see on the front of here, we do have Yu-Gi-Moto and Dark Magician, and on the back, we actually have the set list there. And these are kind of like mini folding boxes. And I'm just going to go ahead and peel back the back here. And we're going to fold it open like this. And we start off with our skill cards. So we have Power of Dark. And then we've got a Destiny Draw. Nice. Now, Destiny Draw was available as a promo card in a bunch of sets. Like I believe the demo starter deck that came out, DEM5. And we've got Final Draw. All right. Now we've got our Dark Magician. We've got a Feral Imp. Rogue Doll. And if you're familiar with the original Yu-Gi-Oh, these are all going to be very iconic cards. So this is awesome. Another Rogue Doll. Dark Magician Girl. Nice. Legion, the Fiend Jester. We've got two of those. The Stern Mystic. Double Costin. Blue Dragon Summoner. Thousand Knives, Sage's Stone, Dark Magic Attack, Ryuroku, Tribute Doll, Wonder Wand, Light Force Sword, another iconic card there, Magician Circle, Magic Jammer, and 7 Tools of the Bandit. So these are bowed a little bit, but not too horrible. So that is what makes up the Yugi starter deck. And next up, let's open up the Pegasus one. And we're going to go ahead and do the pull tab this time. You just pull that, and then you can slide these out. Fairly easy. And this should be a Toon deck. So we've got It's a Toon World, Mind Scan, Millennium Eye, Rogue Doll. I'm going to start us off here. And we're getting into our Toon. So we've got a Toon Alligator, 2 of those, a Parrot Dragon, a Dark Rabbit, Toon Mask Sorcerer, actually 2 of those. Nice. We've got a Toon Mermaid. We've got a Tooned Summon Skull. Very nice. All right, there's our Relinquished. Very awesome. Black Illusion Ritual, of course. Toon Table of Contents. Toon Rollback. There's our Toon World. We actually get 2 Toon Worlds with this. Very nice. Yami. Sword of Deep-Seated. Toon Defense. Jar of Greed. And a Wild Tornado. Very nice. If you guys aren't familiar, Relinquished is one of my favorite decks. It's actually the deck that I got when Yu-Gi-Oh! Initially came out when I was in high school. So, always love pulling Relinquished. It's got a big nostalgia feel for me. And so, one of the big reasons why I got into Speed Duels back in 2020 was because of that nostalgic effect. And, you know, really the gameplay mechanics were kind of that original Yu-Gi-Oh! That I played when I was younger with friends. So moving on to the Ishizu deck, we've got Prescience, Gravekeeper's Lot, and Millennium Necklace. Those are our skill cards. Then we've got a Gravekeeper's Curse, Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier, 2 of those, Gravekeeper's Vassal, Gravekeeper's Chief, Gravekeeper's Cannon Holder. Then we're going to have 2 Gravekeeper's Assailants. Gravekeeper's Priestess, there's going to be 2 of those. Actually, yeah, 2 of those. And then we've got a Gravekeeper's Recruiter, Gravekeeper's Shaman. Here's our Gravekeeper's Oracle, a Cat of Ill Omen, Gravekeeper's Steel, Hidden Temples of Necro Valley, Sebek's Blessing, Blast Held by a Tribute, Rite of Spirit, and the Eye of Truth. So that is what makes up this starter, kind of, you could say, 3 mini starter decks, if you will, here. So what was really cool about this is it does come with a game mat, and unlike a lot of like the conventional starter decks where you're only getting 1 deck, you actually get 3 mini decks on this. So you actually have enough that you could play one-on-one with another person. So you could buy one of these starter sets, a friend was with you, you could actually play like Pegasus versus Yugi, or Yugi versus a Shizu, or Pegasus versus a Shizu. You have lots of combinations there that you can play with and actually delve into the game. It does come with a paper fold-out playmat for Speed Duel. It is double-sided, and especially being the first kind of, the first starter deck that came out for this, you can kind of see we've got Dark Magician on one side, Blue Eyes on the other, obviously. But this is a single-player playmat, so keep that in mind. But on the other side of it, it has all of the rules, and it tells you how to play the game. And you can actually see they do list all 6 starter decks here. So there's 2 starter sets, which we talked about. You've got Destiny Masters and Duelist of Tomorrow. Each of those having 3 decks for each to make up kind of those 6 iconic figures, being a Shizu, Pegasus, Yugi Moto, Kaiba, Joey, and Mai. And then moving on over to this side, kind of talks about the skill cards, the play mechanics, attack, defense, all of that. And then kind of the rules in the middle here. So really cool. Love this starter deck. Love that we get that Mimicat, the Golden Apples, and the Shard of Greed. Oh, highly recommend picking this up if you don't have one, especially if you're in the Speed Duels. I'm actually going to be putting these cards all in sleeves, in top loaders, and I'm going to be putting this entire set into a top loader binder. I'm working on building out an entire Speed Duel set of binders where I'm going to amass the entire Speed Duel set that has ever came out. I'm going to have them all in top loader binders. It's going to be awesome. So stay tuned. I will be doing future videos on those. If you're unfamiliar with how I do collecting, I do a month on, month off. So I do a month of Yu-Gi-Oh collecting, and then the following month I do Pokemon collecting, and then the month after I do Yu-Gi-Oh again, and then I do Pokemon again. So it helps me kind of keep my budget in check, and basically I get 6 months of Yu-Gi-Oh collecting and 6 months of Pokemon collecting, and that really helps me amass a collection throughout the year without overspending, on Pokemon versus not spending any on Yu-Gi-Oh. So definitely stay tuned for more videos. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Thank you for watching.